Miss Brenda Tyre, Faculty Senate President and bearer of the University Mace, and Miss Erica Buchholz, Staff Senate President and Chief Marshal, will lead the academic procession. Please welcome delegates from other institutions. From St. Cloud State University, founded in 1869, Dr. Quentin Gerber, retired professor of accounting. From the University of Central Missouri, founded in 1871, Dr. James Guy, retired professor of music. From the University of Jamestown, founded in 1883, Dr. Polly Peterson, president. From the University of North Dakota, founded in 1883, Miss Janelle Kilgore, Vice Provost for Strategic Enrollment Management. From Mayville State University, founded in 1889, Dr. Brian Van Horn, President. From North Dakota State University, founded in 1890, Dr. Dean L. Brashani, President. From the South Dakota Board of Regents, founded in 1890, Dr. Joelle Lean, Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs. From Northern State University, founded in 1901, Dr. Dulcie Bultema, Professor of Music, Voice, and Opera. Dr. Joshua Hagan, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Mr. Todd Georgery, President, CEO, Northern State University Foundation. Dr. William Wieland, Professor of Music. From Dakota College at Bottineau, founded in 1906, Dr. Jerry Migler, Campus Dean. From Minot State University, founded in 1913, Dr. Stephen W. Shirley, President. From Lake Region State College, founded in 1941, Dr. Doug Darling, President. From Williston State College, founded in 1957, Ms. Kaylin Bondi, Vice President for Student Affairs. And now, from Valley City State University, founded in 1890, the President's Cabinet. The VCSU faculty and administrative staff. Please welcome the Platform Party. Angeline Gannon, VCSU Student Senate President, bearer of the Presidential Medallion. The President of the University, Dr. Alan LaFave.
Please join in singing the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps and mortarboards until the conclusion of the anthem. Please be seated. President LaFave, Valley City State University faculty, staff, and students, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are pleased that you have joined us for the inauguration of Dr. Alan LaFave as the 14th president of Valley City State University. Dr. LaFave has chosen Forward Together, building on a tradition of excellence as the focus for his inauguration. In today's ceremony, we celebrate our rich history and tradition, our present accomplishments, and a future that is bright with promise and success. In addition to our national and state flags, you will notice a row of flags behind me. These represent the home countries of students who have come to VCSU from beyond the United States. We are grateful for these individuals who enrich our community of learning with their unique cultures and experiences. We welcome several representatives from local, state, and national government who have joined us today and who are seated before me. Will the following please stand as their names are read? Jessica Lee, representative for Senator Hoeven. Emily Custer, representative for Representative Kevin Kramer. Joan Heckman, North Dakota Senator. Larry Robinson, North Dakota Senator. Dave Carlsrud, Mayor of Valley City. We value our relationships with these leaders, and we look forward to continued collaboration with them in fulfilling our mission. Please join me in welcoming these individuals to VCSU today and thanking them for their continued support. We are also pleased to recognize the presence of Dr. Steve Shirley, who served as the 12th president of VCSU from 2008 to 2014. Please join us in welcoming him back to Valley City. The institutions of the North Dakota University system are fortunate that concerned citizens from all walks of life agree to serve on the State Board of Higher Education, the governing board for higher education in North Dakota. Nick Hacker is chair of the State Board of Higher Education. He began his term of service with the State Board of Higher Education on July 1st, 2015. He was reappointed for a second four-year term starting July 1st, 2019. Mr. Hacker has served as the president of the North Dakota Guarantee and Title Company in Bismarck, North Dakota for 3 years. There he leads the state's largest title insurance and real estate closing company with 100 employees across 25 locations. Prior to his current role, Hacker worked as the state government affairs manager for the American Land Title Association in Washington, D.C. In 2004, he made history by being the youngest person elected to a state senate, where he served North Dakota's District 42 for 4 years. A native of Bismarck, North Dakota, Hacker holds a Bachelor of Business Administration in Management Finance from the University of North Dakota. He also holds a certificate in legislative leadership from Bohe Institute. Chair Hacker has held membership in the American Land Title Association, North Dakota Land Trust Association, and Greater North Dakota Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome the chair of the State Board of Higher Education, Mr. Nick Hacker.
Dr. LaFave, fellow presidents, faculty, staff, students, honored guests, and family. I hope you are as pleased as I am to be here for this important event. In keeping with the inaugural theme of Forward Together, building on a tradition of excellence, I hope each of you here today understand your role in the future of Valley City State University. Dr. LaFave, congratulations from your friends and colleagues here in North Dakota. This is a significant day in the history of Valley City State, and I believe an important milestone in your career. When the State Board of Higher Education conducted a search for the president, we sought a leader who would move the university forward during a time of tremendous change and opportunity. Dr. LaFave, we are so proud to have found just such a leader who can respond to change and seek opportunity for the university. The State Board of Higher Education, your colleagues in North Dakota, are confident that under your guidance, Valley City State will prosper and excel at preparing students for personal and professional success. Dr. LaFave, it is this high task that we summon you today. May this be the most rewarding adventure of your career.
Thank you, Chair Hacker, for your greetings on behalf of the State Board of Higher Education. The North Dakota University system comprises the 11 public colleges and universities in the state. The Chancellor and staff of the North Dakota University system support the activities of the State Board of Higher Education. The Chancellor serves as the Chief Executive Officer of the system. We are most pleased to have Chancellor Mark Hagerup with us today. Chancellor Hagerup became Chancellor of the North Dakota University System on April 30th, 2015. Previously, he served as the Senior Civilian and Deputy Director of the Center for Cybersecurity Studies at the Naval Academy and panel co-lead of the Defense Science Board. A certified naval nuclear engineer in power generation and distribution, Hagerup changed from engineering to a career in higher education in 2005. He has conducted research and writing about the evolution of technology, education, and changes in the career and workplace. Hagerup held numerous leadership roles in both the Department of Defense and in higher education. He is a fourth-generation North Dakotan. Hagerup earned a Bachelor of Science degree from the U.S. Naval Academy, a master's degree in political science and economics from Oxford University, where he attended as a Rhodes Scholar, and a PhD in history from the University of Maryland. He also served as a White House Fellow. Please welcome the Chancellor of the North Dakota University System, Dr. Mark Hagerup.
Well, Dr. LaFave, Valley City State University, faculty, students and staff, community leaders, board members, legislators, warmest greetings to all of you who've come to attend today's historic event. To speak of the theme of today's proceeding, Forward Together, Building on a Tradition of Excellence, really does set the tone and clearly mark the foundations that have helped Valley City State University become one of the top regional universities in the Midwest. And by the way, the fastest growing as per the latest enrollment statistics, so congratulations. So many times it falls to historians to note the traditions of any group, and this is where I diverge from my speech that I was given to you. As a history major, for the younger students here, this is a perfect day to be in these gowns and being in these traditions, because these, of course, date from the Middle Ages, and one of the most important traditions was the passing of the baton of leadership. And you look at the weather out there, it looks like the Middle Ages in northern England, doesn't it, where this all started, you know. But it is a history that we're part of today, and these traditions, and they are very meaningful, especially for a campus that's got a long history as Valley City does. But for those of you who are involved day to day, you're taking that on to the future. So as this theme notes, building on the tradition is particularly important as we look forward. And Dr. LaFave, you're part of a team here, and some people wonder what a chancellor is and what a system is, but you were part of a team of the 11 universities and campuses, and I want to thank you personally, because already in this short time, he's jumped in and is helping study a new strategy to help retain even more students. But as you've already discovered, Valley City holds this campus dear, and to provide a president the authority to watch over the education of the youth is a great compliment, one that comes with great responsibility. So Dr. LaFave, your own path and your own traditions got you here today. We ask you to join in our traditions and earn your place as the 14th President of Valley City. May the theme of today's inauguration carry you and your work forward from here. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Hagerup, for your congratulatory remarks on behalf of the North Dakota University System. Please now direct your attention to the video screens. As members of the Valley City community, VCSU faculty, staff, students, and alumni offer greetings and welcome to Dr. LaFave.
Hi, Al. Thank you for choosing Valley City State University. I'm really glad you're here, and I've enjoyed our collaboration. At this point, I'd sure like to offer a formal welcome to you and Carrie on behalf of our city. We're really glad you're here. People will go where they're invited, but people stay where they feel welcome. And we want you and Carrie to feel happy and welcome here. So with that, I would say best wishes, and may God bless your efforts.
Dr. LaFave, on behalf of the VCSU faculty, congratulations and welcome. Your energy and enthusiasm for our campus are inspiring. We look forward to many years of your successful leadership and working together to make Valley City State University the best it can be.
Hi, President LaFave. On behalf of staff, we are so excited that you are here. You already exude true Viking pride, and we are ready to help you row. Keep up the good work. We can't wait to see what's to come.
Hi, Dr. LaFave. On behalf of VCSU student body, I would love to extend a warm Viking welcome. We are thrilled to have you as our president and can't wait to see where you take this university. We'd like to thank you for all the support you've shown us already and continue to show us every day. We promise to give you that same support back. After all, we all row forward together.
Dr. LaFave, honored guests, and friends of VCSU. I'm honored to represent VCSU alumni and the VCSU Alumni Board at today's inauguration. I've known Dr. LaFave for the last year and have found him to be a quiet leader. He's a leader who listens to the needs of the university expressed by students, university staff, alumni, and the local community. Dr. LaFave is dedicated to the success of VCSU students. He is aware of the need to be innovative while creating a STEM education culture. This culture will grow a pipeline of skilled graduates ready to meet the needs of today's workforce. Dr. LaFave, VCSU alumni are proud to have you as our university president. Congratulations on your inauguration today at VCSU.
Thanks to all of you for your kind words of greeting to Dr. LaFave. We are fortunate to welcome mentors from two of Dr. LaFave's former institutions of higher learning. Dr. Robert Spring has served as professor of music at Arizona State University in Tempe since 1988. While in graduate school at Arizona State, Alan LaFave studied in Spring's clarinet studio, and Spring was his graduate advisor. President LaFave credits Spring with nurturing, perhaps demanding, his strive for success through hard work and commitment, modeling and inspiring excellence in all pursuits. In recitals or as a soloist with orchestras and wind bands, Spring has played throughout the United States and in Canada, Europe, Asia, and South America. He is known globally for his passion for the clarinet, and he couples his technical virtuosity and emotional playing with consummate teaching skill. We saw an example, or heard an example, of his high-quality playing last night at the recital for those of you who were there, and I really appreciate his coming to play for us, in addition to being here today to speak on behalf of Arizona State. Spring holds a bachelor's degree in instrumental music education, a Master of Music degree in wind instruments, and the Doctorate of Musical Arts degree in clarinet performance, all from the University of Michigan. A frequent clinician and adjudicator, he has published numerous articles on clarinet technique. Spring previously served as president of the International Clarinet Association. Please welcome Dr. Robert Spring.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to have been asked to be here to speak at the inauguration of your new president, Dr. Alan LaFave, and my former student. Alan was my very first student at Arizona State University and my first doctoral student ever. Let me start by a statement I've heard many times. The sign of a good teacher is good students. That being stated, I was Alan's clarinet teacher. And I remember telling him at one point, whatever you do, don't go into administration. However, maybe I wasn't so good. However, Alan's the type of person that I would be proud to work with in any setting. And I know the successes he has achieved already in academia will continue at Valley City State University. I need to go back to 1988 when I arrived at ASU. A very young man named Alan LaFave and I met. The truth is, we actually met when I was teaching at Morningside College in Sioux City in the late 70s and early 80s. At least this is his story. He was an undergraduate student at Northern, and it was at a music fraternity conference. I really don't remember that evening very well. When he arrived in Tempe, he was beginning a master's degree in music education, but he wanted to change to a performance major. The audition for a performance major is much more rigorous than music education at the graduate level. He played for me, and frankly, it was terrible. He had been the band director at Aberdeen Central and was pretty out of practice. I told him I'd be glad to work with him, but there were a lot of changes he was going to need to make, and I wasn't certain this was going to work. In typical Alan fashion, he looked at me point blank and said, "With all due respect, tell me exactly what I need to do." I told him he needed to change his sound. At this point, it would pierce steel. His technique needed to be much cleaner, his intonation needed to be improved, and that was just the beginning. The notes were not enough, and he needed to learn to make music. I thought I was pretty tough, but a week later he called me and asked if he could try again. I said, that's not enough time. But believe it or not, he'd done everything I asked him to do and was admitted without question. We became quite close and performed many times together during his master's degree and doctoral work, and since at Augustana College in Northern State, and obviously last night here. One of it comes to mind, though. We did a performance together in downtown Phoenix when he was a master's student, and we were driving down together, and I can't remember if it was Alan or I who said it, but the statement was that we were going to change the world. And we were pretty young and idealistic, but you can see what Alan has done to change the world. He's the type of president anybody can talk to. My God, he rides a Harley. And he's already made his mark on Valley City State University. Alan has told my students I'm the main reason for his success. I'm not sure that statement is correct, but I believe we were both in the right place at the right time. I also believed that I probably learned more from him than he did from me. I must also mention his amazing wife, Carrie, and their daughters and son-in-law. He's had their support through all of this. I look back on that audition in 1988 and think how one event did change the world. You're so fortunate to have Dr. LaFave as your president, and I'm so lucky he chose me as a teacher and allowed me into his life. Congratulations, my student and my friend.
Thank you, Dr. Spring, for your greetings. Dr. James Smith is president of Eastern Michigan University in Ypsilanti, where he has served since 2016. From 2009 to 2016, Smith was president of Northern State University in Aberdeen, South Dakota, where he worked with Alan LaFave, then professor, Dean of Fine Arts, and ultimately provost at Northern. President LaFave considers Smith's personable style of charismatic leadership and his emphasis on collaboration between campus and community as strong influences. We here at Valley City State University are pleased to note that Smith taught elementary school and was an elementary principal early in his career. He later served in university roles in educational leadership and economic development before becoming a university president. Smith holds a bachelor's degree in elementary education from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, a master's degree in educational administration from Xavier University in Cincinnati, and a PhD in educational leadership also from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Please welcome Dr. James Smith.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the Platform Party. Please allow me first to thank all of you for being here. Presidential inaugurations are special days. They're special on any campus, but they're particularly special on small campuses. And with comments towards the weather, Mr. Chancellor, I think it's the perfect temperature wearing this robe outside today. Also, do allow me to thank the organizing committee for giving me and my wife Connie the opportunity to come back to the Dakotas, a place we've learned to love, and to also give me this opportunity to speak on behalf of the 14th president at Valley City State University, Dr. Alan LaFave. I've known Al for more than a decade now. He was an excellent faculty member, an outstanding dean, and a provost who offered me support and insights that will forever be appreciated. Al and I spent 7 years together at Northern State, and I can tell you they were 7 great years. As I reflect on this day, I always think about what makes a good to great university president. All due respect to the author Jim Collins. Is she or he authentic? Do they understand the complex world of higher education? Do they enjoy working with students? Do they understand donors and how donors match their needs with institutional needs? These are just a few of the thoughts that came to mind as I was preparing this speech. And then immediately I said, Al LaFave answers all those questions with a big yes. But of course there's more. We need to advocate for public institutions and state capitals today more than ever. We see a decline in state support like I see in the state of Michigan. We as presidents must move our skills to advocate for our students. We must powerfully advocate for the young men and young women who come to college with little opportunity to graduate if we cannot financially support them. Their dream to receive a BA or BS degree often rests on our ability to put together a financial package that will allow them to walk across this stage on commencement day. Legislators must know that state support is essential to making that reality become just that, a reality. President LaFave has already shown the skill of preaching in state capitals as he went forward with the new academic building here. And I can assure you it is not the last capital funding project that Al will bring to reality. As I mentioned, you have to be student-centered to enjoy this job and to be good at this job. Al is certainly that. Who in the world does a photo, one of their first photos as president, with a Harley Davidson? For God's sakes, he didn't have a Harley when he worked for me at Northern State University. Carrie, I don't know what happened. I've seen President LaFave work one-on-one with students. I've seen him engage with small groups of students, and I've seen him speak to large student audiences. He is skilled and adept at all. There are so many more lists that I would like to add related to presidential acumen, but I know my time's limited. So I decided to take a piece from another great university president, the president at Robert Morris University, Dr. Chris Howard. He recently wrote an article that is entitled, Great College Leaders, and says the following. These leaders are self-aware. They require not only self-knowledge, but the capacity to stand apart from themselves and assess their motives, their actions, and when necessary, they self-correct. These leaders are contextually aware. By this, Chris was saying leaders understand their place in the environment. They're students of leadership, knowing what works in business, knowing what works in industry, what works in K-12, as well as what works in university life. Leaders are effective and efficient communicators. I don't think I need to clarify that one at all. Leaders are empathetic. Theodore Roosevelt once said, I would never have been president of the United States had it not been for my experiences in North Dakota. His experiences in the Badlands as a hunter or rancher helped him to understand his fellow Americans and to see people's worth based on their character and their accomplishments, rather on their academic status, their formal education, or their social standing. No one can fully comprehend the life journey of another, but we all share a common humanity about successful leadership and sincere effort to understand that emotional makeup of that other person. President Howard says, number 6, leaders are accountable. Great leaders find pleasure in accomplishment, and they hold others to that same standard. They act courageously. Courage can be seen in so many ways as a university president. For example, I'm reminded daily on my campus at Eastern Michigan University of our DACA students who have done everything the government's asked of them, but they still have no pathway to citizenship. Last, President Howard says leaders have character. Leaders earn the respect of their peers by being trustworthy, by being honest, by being sincere. Of all that we do, preparing students as leaders, this is the most important. Neither Al nor I have all these skills down pat. Like all of you, we are fundamentally a work in progress. But I know I speak for President LaFave when I say this. We are damn committed to doing our best to live up to your expectations of us. And as a friend and a mentor and a colleague, I know Al will do just that at VCSU. His journey, your collective accomplishments will be rich. Truly, the best for this institution is yet to come. I thank you for the opportunity, and to my friend Al, I say good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, President Smith, for your greetings. The Valley City State University Concert Choir will present No Time, arranged by Susan Brumfield. The choir is directed by Dr. Christopher Redfern. The Valley City State University Concert Band will now perform America the Beautiful, arranged by Carmen Dragon. Audience members, upon cue from band director Gerald Heidi, please join in singing the first verse as printed in your program. Thank you, audience members, concert band, and concert choir for that inspiring music. Now please direct your attention to the screens for a video presentation. Chair Hacker and Chancellor Hagerat will now conduct the investiture and give the charge to Valley City State University's 14th president, Dr. Alan LaFave.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited after that video. Alan, on behalf of the State Board of Higher Education, it's an honor to be able, and privilege, to be able to install you as the 14th president of Valley City State University. This is a monumental day for the university as well as the state of North Dakota. By the virtue and the authority granted to me by the State Board of Higher Education, and in its name, I declare you, Dr. Alan LaFave, having been duly chosen to be the 14th president of Valley City State University, now are vested with you all the powers and privileges pertaining to the office. President LaFave, as you lead Valley City State University into the future, be assured that the State Board of Higher Education stands behind you in full support. Congratulations. I now call on Chancellor Hagerat to give the charge to Valley City State University's 14th president, Alan LaFave.
All right, just for people who haven't done this before, this is the chair of the state board, all 11 universities. I'm the chancellor, so I have some authority to vest in you now. So, Alan LaFave, you've been duly selected to serve as a president. It is my great pleasure as the chancellor of the university system to install you in the office with all its requisite rights, privileges, and responsibilities. By accepting the president's medallion, you accept the charge to serve with diligence, dedication, energy, vision, and integrity as you carry out the duties of the president of Valley City State University. Congratulations, President LaFave.
Wow, that's tremendous, tremendous day for Valley City State. Thank you so much to everyone for this opportunity. I'd like to especially thank the choir and the band for your contributions to today's festivities. Just tremendous work. Let's give them another round of applause. A very important mentor early in my career as a band director at Northern State was a dean at that time. His name was Lon Sweet. And when it came to programming band concerts, he had a phrase that went something like this. And I won't say it exactly how he said it, but he said it something along these lines. LaFave, the mind can only appreciate what the rear end can tolerate. So with that said, I will do my very best to keep the comments brief this afternoon, but some important thank yous and recognitions that I'd like to take a moment to make today. First of all, thank you to my family and friends. Thank you to everyone who's here today. To my wife, Carrie, Ashley and Logan, Lexi, Steve and Lori, Amy and Mark, Roger and Doris, Corey and Kim, and my mom and dad.
would have enjoyed the day. My mom, my sister and I talked about this, and my mom would have made some kind of smart aleck remark, you know. She would have said, "Oh, Mr. Big Shot," or something along those lines. And also my youngest sister, Linda, who unfortunately passed away and are not able to attend, but I know they're with us in spirit today. I especially want to thank the inaugural committee. Oh my goodness, these folks have worked so very hard in putting this day together. Inaugural committee, would you please stand and be recognized at this time? All of our facilities staff for their site work and preparations, the VCSU's president cabinet, who helps provide academic leadership for the institution, Nick Hacker, president of the State Board of Higher Education, Chancellor Hagerott, thank you for being here today. My NDUS colleagues, it means so much to me that you took time out of your very busy schedules to drive to Valley City and spend this day with us here on campus. My former colleagues and professors, mentors, especially those from Northern State that are joining us today, and I'd like to again thank Jim Smith, Bob Spring, Dr. James Guy for your participation in this weekend's activities. The VCSU faculty, the staff, the students, the alumni, and the members of this community, you've been so welcoming. I appreciate that so very much. The greater state of North Dakota, the North Dakota State Legislature, and Governor Burgum for all of your support of our institution and of higher education. I'd like to recognize some past presidents. You saw some of them in the video presentation, but we're really glad, Steve, that you could join us today. But Dr. Ellen Chaffee, Dr. Steve Shirley, Dr. Tisa Mason, and I also want to mention Dr. Charles House, who sent greetings for today. A special thanks to Dr. Margaret Dahlberg, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, for her two very strong and very positive sessions of leadership that she provided for Valley City State in the interim. Thank you, Margaret. And also, thank you for mentoring me. I'd like to mention one of the photos included Larry Robinson with one of our alums from 1942 named Cy Sywert. And Cy has been coming to homecoming celebrations here at VCSU for the past almost 25 years. This is the first year that he hasn't attended in many years. And so he may be watching this on live stream, or he may be able to watch it later. But I wanted to express my appreciation to him and other alums just like him. This is, as I said, his first year not being able to attend. He graduated in 1942, and he was honored by the government of France for his role in the June 6, 1944 invasion of Normandy, which turned the tide of the war in Europe. With that, I would like to ask all veterans and active service folks if you would please stand and be recognized and thanked for your service. I'll just share a brief story about me. All of the Valley City folks have heard some of these things before, but when I went to the legislature to make the very first presentation to the House Appropriations Committee on 3 weeks after being on the job with a lot of help from the cabinet and several others in this room, one of the stories I shared was about my daughter Ashley, who is a coach in Kindred, and it's the Kindred Vikings, by the way, Kindred Vikings. And now I'm here at Valley City State University with the Valley City State University Vikings. And I shared with the legislature that I was just really happy to finally be part of a Vikings team that has a chance to win. But I grew up in a small town in central South Dakota, Oneida, South Dakota. It's a small agricultural community, and my mother and father ran a family business, a television and appliance business for 42 years in that town. Mom was actually trained as a nurse, and Dad had a certificate in electronics from DeVry Institute. In that business, I learned the values of hard work, customer service, and the importance of interacting in a small community. I especially learned the real value of service. I can recall many Christmases, and Steve and Amy, you probably can too, where we'd be sitting at home having our Christmas dinner, and a microwave oven or a new video piece of electronic equipment or something that my father had sold to a customer wasn't working right, and it was Christmas Day, and they needed to make sure that that was working. So what do you do in Oneida? Well, you call Lonnie. You call him at home. And that's exactly what would happen. And Dad would say, "I'll be right over." And he'd go over there and he'd take care of the issue and make sure that everything was working well for them. I think the idea of service to our community, service to our students, and providing just fantastic opportunities for you on a daily basis is why we're all here, and Dr. Smith talked about that a bit in his speech. But talk about three main points: the history and tradition of Valley City, the accomplishments of the past 10 months, and what's next. You know, today's a wonderful celebration for Valley City State University. We recognize the tremendous efforts of all those who've gone before us. Founded in 1890 as a normal school, it became Valley City State Teachers College in 1921. In 1963, it became Valley City State College, and following a brief stint as the State University of North Dakota, Valley City, it became Valley City State University in 1987. The video that we saw right before the speech really captures some poignant and important words that we wanted to share with all of you today. It recognizes and pays homage to our history, recognizes our past and current successes, and helps pave the way, I think, for a bright and prosperous future. Words like tradition, community, student-focused, innovative, learning-centered, collaborative, engaged, family, teamwork, Viking pride, difference makers, excellence, and we all row. All words that capture that very impressive VCSU spirit and culture. Second point has to do with the accomplishments of the past 10 months. You know, it was interesting. We did not do this intentionally, but we discovered after setting this date for the inauguration, it was exactly 1 year to the day that I was given the position by the State Board of Higher Education, the responsibility to take the institution forward. 1 year ago today, we were having cake in the lobby of the Student Center, and I think we're going to have some of that again today. But I'd like to thank the legislature and the governor for passing the ND U.S. needs-based budget and the passage of Senate Bill 2297, which resulted in a new $32 million communication and arts building on our campus. This will be transformative. A lot of the work has already been accomplished, and soon you will see earth being moved and an actual building going up, and we're very excited for that. Continued refinement these last few months of our plans for an activated carbon plant on our campus, a $22.5 million project, which will be happening almost simultaneously in terms of construction with our Center for the Arts. Our recognition by U.S. News & World Report for 22 years now in a row as a best college. We've been ranked the #2 public regional college in the Midwest this year, and we've been in the top 3 every year for the past 10 years. That speaks volumes for the quality of this institution. And as Chancellor Hagerott mentioned, today is especially exciting for us because we celebrate our highest head count in the history of the institution, 1,665 students. It's over a 7.5% increase from last year. More importantly, that growth accounts for a 6.2% increase in FTE. So all of the FTE, full-time equivalents, all of this combined together with a solid academic profile of our entering freshman class has really positioned us well to continue this forward momentum as we move forward together. We also celebrated the largest scholarship allocation ever in the history of the institution, $1.723 million in scholarship awards, thanks to the generosity of our donors, our community, and our foundation. The highest number of first-time, full-time freshmen in the last 5 years, the highest FTE in the last 5 years, and more transfer students are calling VCSU home each year. Our first-time, full-time freshman retention rate this year rose to 72.85%, almost 73%. A year ago at this time, we were sitting in the high 60s, about 68.5%. What a wonderful increase that has been. We're going to continue to be committed to retaining these outstanding students that we've been recruiting. Success in and out of the classroom. I'd like to share a story about one of our students, and we just learned of this news yesterday. VCSU student Shane Hitch, a sophomore from West Fargo, is majoring in software engineering. He was one of 100 students from across the nation and the only student from North Dakota named a Cyber Fast Track finalist. Hitch competed over several months to solve more than 250 cybersecurity challenges. More than 13,000 students completed the first phase of this year's Cyber Fast Track. Over the course of several months, the competition was narrowed to 2,579 quarterfinalists, then 541 semifinalists, and finally, 100 elite students were selected to receive a full scholarship for advanced cyber skills training at the SANS Technology Institute. Hitch will be recognized by the North Dakota Information Technology Department on our campus on Friday, October 4th. Congratulations, Shane. Transitioning out of the classroom a bit, I have to mention that one of the things I've really sincerely enjoyed about being a part of the Valley City State University community is watching our students perform, whether it's on a concert hall, in a recital hall, on the athletic field of competition. I just so enjoy seeing you succeed. Our softball team last year made a World Series appearance, and our entire athletic department as a whole was the winner of the first ever Commissioner's Award, Commissioner's Cup, for our athletic association, the North Star. So who are our students and what do they say about us? The latest NESE data, that's the National Survey for Student Engagement, has our freshman profile indicating some of these important factors. 21% of our freshmen this year are first-generation students. They have a 3.3 average high school GPA with an average ACT score of 21. 63% are from North Dakota. The remainder come from 14 different states and 2 countries of our freshman class. More importantly, the overall satisfaction of those students. 98% of the student respondents indicated they would definitely or probably attend this institution again. 98%. We're going to work on that other 2%. The third point, where do we go from here? It's all about student success and student attainment. Quality, enrollment growth, and retention all work hand in hand. As I said, our retention rate has hovered around that 70% range for quite some time, but it saw a nice bump this year. We are committed to focusing our efforts on retention. As such, we've appointed a retention task force that will begin work immediately, starting on Monday. And we're going to move that group forward, and they're going to bring recommendations forward to all of us, share some best practices and ideas and things that we can take forward to help our students be successful and to remain until they attain their degree. Remaining innovative and collaborative, we value the NDSU collaborative program in elementary education and the Dakota College of Botany collaboration in nursing and developmental courses. And I pledge, as your president, to seek more opportunities for these kinds of collaborations as we move forward. We are student-centered here at VCSU. We build on our strengths: teacher education, fisheries and wildlife, health science, CSSC, and of course, art, music, and communications in the new building. And we pledge to continue working with the legislature, the North Dakota University system, colleagues, and the State Board of Higher Education. We pledge to continue providing high-quality academic experiences for our students. We pledge to continue seeking and developing opportunities for collaboration with our NDUS sister institutions, community of Valley City and Barnes County. Things are happening at Valley City State, and things are going to keep happening at Valley City State. I want to thank you all again for attending today's inauguration and this celebration of VCSU. I'm so honored, humbled, and grateful to be your president, and I can't wait to see what comes in the years ahead. I hope you can imagine with me how bright our future will be. Forward together, we will all be able to look back on the successes we've created together with pride and accomplishment, because we all row. Go Vikings!
Thank you, President LaFave, for your inspiring words and for encouraging us to embrace our past, live fully in the present, and look with optimism to a bright future at Valley City State University. Will the audience please rise and join the university singers in singing the VCSU alma mater? The music may be found on the inside back cover of your program. Concert band for sharing their musical talents with us. Those who marched in the academic procession, please remain standing. I invite the rest of the audience to be seated and remain seated for the recessional, which brings this ceremony to a close. You are cordially invited to attend a reception for Dr. LaFave, which will be held across the street at Epworth United Methodist Church immediately following this ceremony. We thank you for your attendance this morning as we celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in the history of Valley City State University.